Hi everyone. I tried this before and I deleted it. What you saw were pictures of what my living room looks right now like. And what I'm working on this week for my Fitness Friday for next week is trying to get this in order. Now I might take some nature walks, and if I do, I will post pictures next week. I'm sorry that I didn't get those up. Last week I was recovering from my daughter's wedding. Didn't have a Meniere's episode during it. I felt a little funky. I had a few Meniere's episodes last week, but not doing pretty well with them, considering everything that I was doing and really pushing my boundaries and limits with everything. I was able to dance at my daughter's wedding. I walked around a ton. I should have done a Fitness Friday. Too bad I couldn't do a Fitness Friday of all the things that I was doing. Beautiful walks, but it was cold, it was snowy, it was misty. The ceremony was held in 35-degree weather and it was snowing. So our guests, and the ceremony was delayed, so our guests were very cold. One of my in-laws, on my side of the family, my cousin-in-law's wife, my cousin-in-law, she has knee issues and she got really cold and stiff and had to go and warm up. And one of my other sister-in-laws had her warm up in her villa because they weren't staying in the same place. And so I have wonderful in-laws that took care of my other family, and it was lovely. And people got to know each other before the ceremony. It was very informal, very, very informal. But yet, my daughter had the beautiful dress. It was a beautiful setting. It was just wonderful. I did a speech, because they were married by a friend of my daughter's, and a really good friend of my daughter's and my son's. And so that was kind of fun, but it was more of a civil ceremony, and I have a very, very religious background, and so I did present my daughter and son-in-law with my grandmother's Bible that my grandmother had read to me. And in fact, the night that I brought it home from my mother's apartment, my son-in-law was here and we talked about the Bible and stuff, and I was just called to present that Bible to them at the reception in a toast. And I read in my toast or speech, I read 3 verses. Some of them had been in my ceremony with my husband 31 years ago. And it just was a lovely, I think it added something, and I could see even my son-in-law had little tears in his eyes, and it was just I hope they will treasure that. And it made me feel like my grandmother was there. My daughter carried for her something old. She borrowed some earrings, but she's got to give back my diamond earrings she borrowed. So she's got to give them back because they're supposed to be borrowed. She'll get them eventually, but they were borrowed right now. And she carried a handkerchief that my grandmother made with blue forget-me-nots on it. So it was her something blue and something borrowed all in one. And my grandmother never did anything without putting a little handmade lace around something. So it had blue handmade lace around the edges. So it was really a pretty one. And so I washed it up this summer and very carefully, and I was instructed to do it by hand by my daughter to keep it, nice. And my daughter carried that down the aisle. So it was really, really special. So that was my Fitness Friday for last week and this week, because I did so much exercise there. My other fitness was putting the garbage out, which was really heavy because I forgot to put it out last week, and bringing it back in. And I'm not, and so that was another thing that was going on. And let's see, so I haven't been wearing my Apple Watch because I don't know if it's really healthy to wear something like that all the time. But I will wear it a little bit more again during the day because I do miss some of the features of it. I haven't been keeping track of my water and hydration, and I think that's really important now that we're going into winter soon. So, and we're in that time of the year when we get colds and stuff like that. And so trying to stay hydrated. In fact, right now I have steeping some raspberry tea for me to drink. I have been doing my favorite things today. So this is just kind of a catch-up video is what I'm going to call this. And I made this, which is a light catcher. I was inspired by the things that I made at my daughter's wedding, and I'll put some pictures of those things up, my daughter's wedding. I also will put up some pictures that are Halloweenish. The night before, my son and daughter-in-law and my husband and I let the wedding party kind of be alone after a certain amount of time. And then we went to a bar next door and had a snack. And they had these wonderful Halloween decorations. I should have taken more pictures of them. And so I have some pictures of those on there, and a few of my daughter's wedding we'll have on this video too. So it's a catch-up video. And so this is a light catcher inspired by it. That black bubble right there is rainbow obsidian, and then I have Swarovski crystals, like that moon is a Swarovski crystal. I believe these others are Swarovski crystals. They almost have a Star of David in them. Then I have mother of pearl and some black crystals, and then I have labradorite around a Swarovski. So Swarovski? I think it's Swarovski. Anyway, they're really pretty. And I enjoyed making those for myself. I don't make things usually for myself, and I'm like, oh, this is so pretty. I should give it away to somebody. And I'm like, no, I'm going to keep this one. This, you know, I made a Halloween style one, and I'll put that up too. And I'll put words underneath them. So you'll see those things that I've been doing this week. So sorry I didn't get a video up. I had one ready kind of to go, and I'm not sure when this is going to go up for certain, but it's supposed to go up today because it's sort of my Fitness Friday one. But if it doesn't, just so you know, I will have Fitness Friday starting hopefully next week, and I'll have some things going on, and it might be just talking about my cleanup. It just depends on how far I get with things. But I have been busy and active, and probably more so than usual. But like I said, I'm going to try to get that Apple Watch back on to get myself more in a routine and have that accountability factor, which is helpful. Now, am I trying to lose weight? Oh, I'd love to lose weight as long as it's healthy. I've said again, whoops, but I've been working on that. I did have a colonoscopy, and they removed some polyps, and they are the type that can turn into cancer. They weren't cancer, but they can turn into it. So I do have to be careful about my diet, and so I've been working on those dietary changes. There isn't a lot that I can do because I already was doing the things that you need to do, but I'm trying to up the vegetables, cut down a little bit on my red meat. That's not what they told me to do, but I am conscious of that. And definitely taking the probiotic. I've been doing that for a month now because I'm running out of, I'm going to have to buy some new ones. And having more yogurt in my diet, and which I had been doing that, but I off and on. I still am not on the plain yogurt yet. I use Greek yogurt, but I do need to get plain yogurt and then just add fruit to it for the taste and flavor. So that's something I'm trying to transition into, taking baby steps towards the things that I need to do, and which is what you need to do so that they become a habit and not, you know, something that you react to and then you'd say, oh, I can't do this, you know. So I'm slowly getting into those things. So I don't know that I'm trying to lose weight, but I'm hopefully going to lose weight. That is always when I had my physical, that was the only thing that the doctor suggested, is that I work on losing weight. But he said he knew that that's, difficult to do. And he could tell just from my blood work that I eat healthfully. There's not really much that I can do, just try to tweak things a little bit and hope for the best. So, and it's what we do, and at 60, we know there's only so much we can do, and we just keep working at it. So, and it was kind of funny though, because I must have dark hair, and accidentally one strand was there, and it was like, where did that hank of reddish hair come from? And it's like, oh my goodness, I must have a few little red threads in there. And it just was like on top of the gray, and I'm like, maybe I should just dye it a little bit for a while. So I've been thinking about it, because my husband's not very gray. We were just talking about it last night, because I don't have a whole lot of lines. I look, it's the gray hair that'll make you definitely know that I'm 60, but both of us, if I still could go past for mid-50s if I had the darker hair, probably. So I'm at that stage of, well, what do I want to do? And we have a hard time, because neither of us really looked like we were in our 40s when we were in our 40s. So people look so much older that are in their 40s, and then we're like, oh yeah, we forgot. We just didn't really. And we didn't necessarily know a lot of people around our age. They were usually younger, so we never really. So it's been kind of like, we have a hard time guessing people's ages. My husband definitely, my daughter's friends like, he's what? Is that old? Huh? Because my husband looks like he's maybe early 50s, and he's pushing 60 now. So it's like, but that's partly, like my mother's 95, and his parents were in their like 89, like a month shy of his 90th birthday, his dad was, and his mother died 2 days before her 92nd birthday. So it's sort of, we don't know how old we are. So anyway, we're just getting there. We just know that much. So anyway, Fitness Fridays are coming up again, and it's going to be challenging because we're facing the winter. And so hopefully I'll be on my treadmill. Maybe I'll just do some treadmill chats or something like that when I'm doing that. So yeah, Fitness Fridays are coming back and going to go strong, hopefully. And we will see you for sure next week. But I do have a fall accessory video, half in the can. And so that's going to go up soon. And I'm working on some other videos that are some soft flex things that I'm making. So those are going to go up soon too. So we'll see you soon. And please, I hope you enjoy some of the pictures that I'm going to splice in here, or did enjoy some of the photos that I spliced in. And have a happy Halloween next week. Happy haunting. Bye-bye.